Hi my friends, it's Cori. Welcome to the Diamond Painting Effect with Cori. I'm here today with another Stitch with Me. I am working on Tulip Vase number 2 by Joy Sunday, and I believe this one came from New Craft Day, but I'm not sure on that one. I still haven't found out for sure. It is a 14 count, 29 by 37 centimeters, and it has 21 colors. And that was the call for Gunther. He's gonna come do his little cameo. I started talking, so he came over. I guess he thinks he's the only one I talk to. Let's see if we can get him to rest right here. Just have a curl up, kitty. Just have a curl up, okay? Oh, there we go. Okay. He possibly will move, hopefully. Anyway, so this is the vase, and let's get started. I haven't done a whole lot of anything since last we met. I've just been busy accomplishing nothing, it seems. But I did work the color number 3 that we worked on last time in our Stitch with Me. It was color 352 from DMC, but it was color number 3 in the chart, and it was this peachy color right here. And I believe at this point that I covered all of them. So this is what coverage I've done from the back, so you can tell. I know it's hard to tell. Gunther, don't be a brat. Don't be a brat, Gunther. Ow, 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 ow. That's my finger. Okay. So I'm going to continue working. I have pulled out color number 1, and that is this very deep salmon color, kind of an orangey red color. Am I got there? He usually lets me do what I want to do. He's feisty this morning. Okay. So here we go. So this color is what I'll be working on. Oh, shoot. He's gonna get one more shot in. Are you done? And here, we'll put this in a little bit closer so you can see better. And we never went and did the strawberries. My sister called to verify her appointment before we left, and I don't know what happened, but they couldn't. Maybe the strawberries weren't ready. Whatever happened, we had to reschedule the appointment. And so I'm just glad that she had called before we left, because that's about a 2-hour drive from here, and my sister, she would have had to drive even further from Corpus. So we're on the way, so she was just going to pick us up on the way so we could all go together. But that's rescheduled again for next Wednesday. And so we'll go pick strawberries then. I had another doctor's appointment, and I don't know, it's just life. Life has made me busy, and it's nothing big, nothing, just frustrating to me when all I want to do is get to my stitchy chair and stitch, watch my YouTubes, and support all my YouTube friends, and it's just been really hard to get any of that fun stuff in. And I know there's some YouTubers out there that they hold down a job, and they still do it faithfully. They get their videos up, and I got no excuse. My son, they declared his truck okay to travel. It just, I hope he's okay. When they told him the truck was ready, he went and got in the truck, and before he even turned the truck on, it had a warning signal on the dash, and he was like, but then they messed with it and it went away. They don't even know why. I mean, what I mean messed with it, he turned it on and off. And that the signal went away, and so they decided it was okay for him to take the truck. So he's headed north to Wisconsin, and I just hope everything's okay. He's lucky they didn't have to do the expensive fix, although all the time he had spent in the shop this past week was not cheap. It just would have been twice what it was had he had to have the computer part of the truck replaced. So they decided it was a leak in the exhaust system that was causing the trouble. So that needed to get fixed, and so that was it. So I just, my prayers are with him that he can get through, that he won't have breakdowns. I think that's what I'm worried about, is if there is something wrong with that computer, it's going to keep throwing error messages at him until it gets fixed. So, but it's good that he's up and running again, and he'll be able to, he knows he has, at least for the next foreseeable future, he has work. I don't know what I just did there, but it didn't work. I'm going to have to take that stitch out. I just did not come up in the right place. Part of me said, you know what, if the stitch with me, you need to pick one of your 11 counts, because they are easier to do, easier to see. But no, I wanted to do this. This is the one I started on Wednesday because of Ava Stitching in the Interlake is doing Flowers in May on Wednesdays. And so I pulled this out and started working on it, and I love tulips. I know when I said my video last time, I also said I love, when I was trying to say I love tulips, I said I love colors, which isn't a lie. I do love colors, but I meant to say I love tulips, and I don't know what is going on here. That is really messed up. There we go. So I can keep my first stitch in, my first jab in rather. It's not even a stitch yet. And I will thread my needle again. And we'll try and start this again. I make sure my thread is smooth. There really isn't, this isn't a full strand, I guess. So it's just my first jab for today. Okay, I'm going to bring it up close to me so I can make sure. It's hard for me to see. There we go. I think. Just pulled right back to where it was. Anyway, okay, I'm sorry. Hopefully that's going to be all right. So what else is happening? I'm having issues with my pharmacy. I've gone to the Walgreens there in Beeville for ever since I moved here. I also use PillPack for the bulk of it, but you know, there's some prescriptions that I still need to get from Walgreens, like the ones that aren't the standard ones, or the ones that I need refilled before my PillPack's gonna be. It's just easier to go get it at Walgreens. So, and usually that is my ointments and stuff, and they just recently added another medicine, so I got it from Walgreens rather than from PillPack, just because I wanted to get it, you know, I didn't want to wait for it. Well, I've had nothing but trouble with them lately because I guess it's because it's a small town. They decided that they don't need to be open on Saturdays, and they close in the middle of the day, and it just seems like invariably The time I need that pharmacy to be open is that when they take the hour off for lunch. I think it's from 2 to 3. It's a weird lunch hour. They are considerate enough to stay open during normal lunch hours to accommodate people who are getting their prescriptions on their lunch break. But for some reason, that's not when I end up being in Beeville. So, and there are other pharmacies in Beeville that I could use that don't do that stuff. But I've liked them. I've liked working with them, but I'm getting tired of working around those issues. With my insurance, it doesn't really matter which pharmacy I go to. So I don't know. I'm a creature of habit, so that's one reason why I'll maybe never change my pharmacy. I don't know. And it seems like lately, almost everything I do order, they end up having to order. They don't have it there locally. And I have to wait for it. Never very long. It's usually just till the next day. So that today we're gonna go to there's a town called Victoria that is about 2 hours away from where I am, and they have a Aldi's. So we're gonna, I just unthreaded my needle again. I hope that doesn't mean that's how this day's gonna go. But anyway, I don't know if you guys know about Aldi's, but you can get some good prices there. You have to be careful because not everything is really good price. But they're, one of the things I like to get there are the canned vegetables because they are cheap. At least for this area, we have the, oh golly, I just dropped my needle threader on the floor. You guys, what a day. I woke up early to do this and I think I'm not awake yet. What do y'all think? I think I'm just not quite awake. And I just did that backwards. And I just need to remember to go capture that needle threader. It's a good thing I had another one handy. So anyway, they're frozen vegetables. There's something about them that I like better than, they're my favorite frozen vegetables. I mean, you'd think it's just broccoli, it's just cauliflower, it's just Brussels sprouts. But for some reason, I really like them better. There's something about them that they just come out better. And so I like to get my frozen vegetables there too, and they're a good price. So pretty much that's all I'm gonna get probably. If they have the dairy, I'll probably get, sometimes they don't have enough cream, I'll get cream there. And since I'm on a low carb diet, I use cream instead of milk a lot of times. On, you know, like if I'm gonna a keto convert a recipe, I use cream. And sometimes I mix a little water with it. It depends on what it is I'm making. But I don't do it that much. But I do use cream when I make, I have this, I make teas, and I do put cream in my teas, my herbal teas, depending on which kind of herbal tea it is. But, yeah, so I'll get me some of that because it's usually cheaper there than at the grocery stores we have in Beeville. And Victoria is it's a nice town. It's a good size. We actually looked it up the other day because we were trying to compare it, and it has 90,000 people in it. And Daniel and I lived in Beeville with my mother years ago when he was a baby. And so it's kind of I like going back to Victoria. It's a nice little town. It has grown a lot since I was there. And golly gee, I just undid that and I haven't buried it yet. And the struggle is real. Okay. I know I've watched how people do their starts and they use a pin stitch to start. I'm wondering, usually I use the hoop and loop, the loop method to start. But I'm wondering, do they use the pin stitch to end their stitches also? I don't know. I just bury my thread. And sometimes when it gets stubborn like this, I will just knot it. I'm not opposed to a knot or two in my project. I try not to, but golly, I'm not, I'm not all about this struggle here. I'm really not. Okay. We're going to try again. This might be the last time y'all see me work on a 14 count. It's not this bad when I'm, when I'm just stitching, because I do hold it closer to me and I can see better. So, I have buried my thread. Gonna snip it. That in my jar. Okay, now I'm going to I already have another needle threaded. Aren't y'all lucky? You don't have to struggle with that again. And what I am trying to decide is where to go next. I'll go ahead and go here. That means I am going to have to do a start very soon with that's not a loop. But I'll go ahead and finish off this flower. Part of me wants to, I want to just see how the flowers are going to look when it's completed. Part of me wants to just take and finish this color of thread all the way through, because there really isn't that much. And so I don't know what's going to happen with that. Which part of me is going to win on that battle. But in the meantime, I'm going to let you guys go. I probably do just a few more stitches, maybe finish this strand, and then I'm going to get ready and we're going to head to Beeville or to Victoria and go get us some veggies. So y'all take care, and I will see you again in the next one.